Think you know how today's matches will play out? Prove it with Division 1 pick'ems. Follow along and put your predictions to the test. Each week, you can make your picks for both Valorant and League of Legends, or just stick to your favorite game. Predict the winners of our future matches and choose the players you think will have the biggest impact. Every correct pick earns you points. The more points you score, the higher you climb on that leaderboard. At the top, you'll find prizes waiting for you at the end of the split. It's easy to play, adds excitement to every match, and keeps you connected with the action all season long. So lock in your picks, track your progress, and see if you've got what it takes to top the Division 1 Pick'ems leaderboard. Think you know how today's matches will play out? Prove it with Division 1 pick'ems. Follow along and put your predictions to the test. Each week, you can make your picks for both Valorant and League of Legends, or just stick to your favorite game. Predict the winners of our future matches and choose the players you think will have the biggest impact. Every correct pick earns you points. The more points you score, the higher you climb on that leaderboard. At the top, you'll find prizes waiting for you at the end of the split. It's easy to play, adds excitement to every match, and keeps you connected with the action all season long. So lock in your picks, track your progress, and see if you've got what it takes to top the Division 1 Pick'ems leaderboard.
Welcome in, everybody, to what we are calling a Division 1 Super Weekend.
Yes.
My name is Yanni. I am joined here by Orbital. Orbital, today's match is a reschedule from earlier in the week as the 5-0 Maryville University will take on the 1-4 University of Utah. But what makes this weekend so super is because we have more stuff going on tomorrow and on Monday, a full slate. So we get a little bit of a bonus ahead of time.
Yeah, it's a lot of action, not only across the League of Legends side, but also the Valorant. I know they played a little bit earlier, these two schools specifically, so it's not just League of Legends, it is crazy action across the entire week, and I'm very excited because I was on the short list for hopping in here at the last moment, so I'm excited to see what can be thrown down. But as you said, the idea of a Super Week, the idea of having so many games played across this entire weekend to kind of balance things out will be a treat to see how teams are able to stack up and maybe get some wins, some very much needed wins on their board.
Couldn't agree more, Orbital. And one of the teams that does have much needed win that they need, I should say, is Team Utah, the University of Utah. They have struggled just a little bit. They're 1-4. They're near the bottom of the standings. Their only win was off of Boise State, and it's going to be very difficult to try to take a win off of Maryville today.
Yeah, so Utah has been an interesting case. When I was taking a look at them, I had a little bit of time to kind of research them. And it was very interesting, namely because it looks like they've had a couple of roster complications. I was wondering if they were running like a 6-man or anything like that, but it might seem like some of them just weren't able to make the matches. A lot of their matches actually had a swap of some of the ADCs, some of the junglers mid-series as well, which I think might be lending itself to some of the complications in there. They're still trying to find their identity and find what works specifically for them. Namely, Sword and Pwn Kick Fly, the two that have played ADC this year. They've been swapping back and forth a little bit, have I would say fairly diverse champion pools, and yet they still haven't really racked up a win. Now I will say for Team Utah, they were able to find their one win, a one series win last week. So they are on the board. They have started to kind of get their run
They're
forward.
hot.
So yeah, this might be the time to do so. Unfortunately, it was against the other 1-4 team in the division, so it's like strength of schedule, but it's a win. It's a win at the end of the day. As you said, though, Maryville are coming into this, and like anyone that knows Maryville. That's all I'm going to say about them. Currently 5-0, crushing it. They're coming into this, and if I know anything about them, this should be that game where they say, okay, we're cementing ourselves as the first seed. We know we take these victories, and we're going to take it cleanly, and we're going to take it respectfully at the end of the day.
You mentioned that the rosters might be a little different here for Utah University, so let's go ahead and take a look at the rosters as we have them ready over on the side of Maryville. You know him, you love him. It's Crimson Music, Toasty, Scary Jerry, and Cryogen. And over for Utah University, it's a Narwhal, Solomon, Horizon, Pwn Kick Fly, and Kawaii Illusion coming through here for their roster. And Orbital, anytime you see Maryville, you look and it's a murderer's row of players. These guys are the best that Collegiate has to offer, honestly. I mean, there's some of the best that Tier 2 League of Legends has to offer in North America as well.
Yeah, I mean, Scary Jerry is a name that we've seen all over the place. You and I have specifically cast this guy for years. It's been awesome, some ups, some downs, but all around an amazing player. Crimson Music Toasty, right now rocking it out at the top of the leaderboards. I will say, Maryville as a squad currently hosts some of the highest numbers in terms of KDA, gold, and everything like that. Specifically, Cryogen somehow is currently holding the third highest KDA in this Division 1 area for League of Legends, 11.77. Very solid play. I will say, as a little moniker, Shimmer, who is one of their subs, currently holds the highest KDA as a jungler. Granted, he's only played about 4 games, so that might skew the data a little bit, but still an amazing number to have. So the entirety of Team Maryville, or Maryville University, coming into this one and saying they mean business.
Hey, this guy doesn't exactly have sub numbers, but you know that's beside the point. You know, shout out Music for actually Spirax is the one who has the lowest, at least on the front page of the Division 1 GG website, at a 7.63. But Music Music is about a 5 KDA below Shimmer, so who knows? Maybe the best jungler is the one on the bench. We'll not, you know. Don't want to sow any seeds of Maryville doubt. I'm sure they know who and who not to start and everything that's going on over there. But,
oh, yeah.
Or Orbital, I do think that, again, a big mountain to climb for Utah University here. So I have to ask you, what are you setting forth here? What are the goals here for the University of Utah today?
For Utah, I need to start with how coordinated is your team. Whenever I see a team that has so many different substitutions and so many people hopping in and out, I want to see how well you play as a coordinated team. Are your communications effective? Are you calling for swaps? Are you calling for tactical movements for global objectives? That is baseline. From there, I'm actually taking a look at your mid game. You know, are you team fighting, or where is the direction of your comp going to take you? Are you looking more for picks or anything like that? One of the shining lights, in my opinion, is Horizon in that mid lane. Horizon has actually looked fairly consistent in the DPS factor for this squad. I think it had 80 to 90% kill participation in all of the matches combined for Utah, so I'm actually very interested to see if they are going to be able to kind of carry on forward. They play a unique set of champions, a lot of, I would say, control mages in the mid lane. Orianna, you got the Victor, you got the Cassiopeia, Mel, Silas, Annie. Vladimir is in there as well, has played it twice before, and I like what I see from Horizon's overall set, and again, I just want to see them be able to play together well, and I want to see what 5 players are going to be shining out today here.
Couldn't agree more with you. I think that is generally pretty correct. Now, Solomon, big question about them as a player. They you know, managed to peak Diamond 3 this, you know, in over in Korea this year. So you know, pretty solid player. We'll see if they're able to kind of turn the tide for their squad today and give a different sort of look coming out of the jungle here.
Yeah, Big surprise. Personally, I didn't see any data on Solomon. I might have misread a little bit, but I want to double check that before I keep talking more. But as you said, very, very controlled, very high prio in terms of if you're going to get aggressive, this is a great team to do it with. And as you said, it's a turnaround status. They went ahead and won one series before. They had some positioning in there as well. So if we are going to see that run continue for Team Utah, it does start in combating Team Maryville at the gates. You have to learn how to take them in the laning phase because you know Maryville University are going to come out hot. You know they're strong in the laning. You know they understand fundamentals of the game overall. And it's going to be a test for Team Utah. So starting in the jungle, moving into the mid, maybe the rest of the top ADC and support, the rest of the team can come together as a squad. That's still to be tested though with game number 1.
Yeah, the one thing I do like about what we might see coming out of the jungle here is Shaco. Shaco is a pick that is available, that is on the table for Solomon. I would love to see it because I don't think you're going to win a straight up 5v5 against Maryville University. In order to beat them, you got to fight dirty. As Shibby would say, you got to pull out the pocket sand, right? Get them right in the eyes with it. I mean, you got to do some really, really funky stuff in order to take home a victory. So, like, I want to see Narwhal maybe drop this Urgot on their heads. I want to see maybe, all right, I was going to say Vladimir for Horizon, but maybe not because the problem is Vladimir takes so much time to scale, right?
Yep.
Urgot kind of has this problem too. So early aggressiveness for University of Utah, please, because I think that's the one way you could maybe take Maryville by surprise. And if you get ahead, you could just try to wallet diff them. The problem is it's going to be hard to get ahead. And the other problem is it's going to be hard to wallet diff them.
Yeah, like, I love the fact that you bring that out because I'm such a stickler for the same. I want to see good, clean League of Legends. I'm a player that plays mages at heart. I love my sit in the back line, free fire, don't get messy. Maybe go for
you love your Xerath.
I do. I love my Xerath. You see me play. It's the only champion I know how to pilot because, good lord, I do not want to be in melee range or even on the same screen. Yeah, I tried. Again, I don't want to be anywhere near the opponent. I don't want to touch the opponent. Please don't give me hope, Yanni. But I do agree. Messi is good. Messi is very solid. Do I like watching Messi? No. Because it also means that for Utah, you have to be willing to adjust on the fly. And they've rotated players out. Adjusting on the fly is a little bit chaotic. And it also means you need to have strong laners that can take advantage of those mistakes that will occur. So as much as I like seeing the Shaco, I love seeing that awkward little pick in there. Maybe the Vladimir, if you can get really crazy with it, sure. The Urgot was a solid one. I was more looking at the York, just get silly with the bops and run it down the top side and just say, screw whatever you want to deal with. I also want to see clean. I want to see control over the global objectives. I do want to see trying to deny Maryville at points. And if it does come in the form of the Shaco, fine. 100% take it and maybe come out with that victory at the end.
I love the beginning of your statement because any football fans would have been very sad that you don't like to see Messi. But I believe that back to League of Legends, it is time for us to go ahead and get into the draft here for game 1 between Maryville University and the University of Utah. And we'll see what these picks and bans are going to shake out and be. I was not able to get in my pick'ems because I've just been away. Shout out the Division 1 GG Pick'ems. You should go do your Pick'ems. The good news is, if you didn't do your Pick'ems tonight, don't worry. You'll be able to do your Pick'ems tomorrow and Monday. Remember, you can win fabulous prizes for finishing in first, second, and or third. Ooh. So first ban is going to be Vladimir, and then we're going to see my girl Ari get banned away. I'm so sad.
Yo, you can't flex on me like that, dude. I'm poor. You're not allowed to do that to me, man. That's just brutal.
I found some packs at Walmart the other day and actually opened some.
I heard about that. I heard that some people were like, dude, Walmart stuck them out early. Yo, let's go. What a pull, by the way. But we are seeing exactly what we were thinking about. Some of the messier champions are being banned away by Maryville, and this is something that I like seeing from a respected squad, is saying, okay, we know some of these champions are a little bit awkward, and maybe we should respect these players on their unique signatures. So ban away the Vladimir, ban away the Yorick, some of these more signature champions. Heavy target focus, though, by Utah straight to that mid lane. Toasty is being fully banned out here. The Ari and the Orianna, granted Orianna is all around, but it makes sense.
even after the nerfs too, right? Like that
Yeah,
is how good the
all about
champion
control.
is. Exactly. I like the bans though because it's stuff that allows Toasty to make an early impact, and he is a player that has been shown to be disruptible. Right, you can do things to get him off his game and make him maybe not play at the peak of his powers. We're going to see a first pick Scion come through for Maryville University. I am whelmed. There are absolutely no surprises here, Orbital.
Nope. Listen, you go ahead and get a solid top laner. This also locks down Narwhal a little bit when you see some of those champions that are much more silly, and it's also one that he's played before. That can be a very nice takeaway. The Trundle is going to be solid in there if we are going to see Solomon be running a little bit more aggressive. We've seen Trundle specifically used to be that Harbinger of Doom, but it is going to normal on the top side, which I like, and we're seeing the Xin Zhao come out for Solomon. If you're willing to get aggressive, I like what they're pulling here. This is very aggressive, but it's a great tank shredder as well. Crimson is now a little bit on the weaker side coming mid to late.
Yep, I really, really like this move. Now, what are we going to see come out of the mid lane here for the side of the University of Utah? Because I think it's Aaliyah would absolutely be the proper pick. We did see this matchup last night as Quid got absolutely blasted by Hankyu as the Talia into the Azir, which is a little concerning, but I'm not sure if we'll end up seeing the same result. Anything that could take advantage of this Azir, make life really hard on him with the Xin Zhao would be good. I don't think Victor is that, and I also am concerned because, again, I don't think scaling is where you want to be against Maryville University.
No, but you look at the champion pool for Horizon, and what else does Horizon really have? The Orianna, Vladimir, Victor, Cassiopeia, Mel. These are all, I would say, fairly scaling champions. Mel obviously sitting around midfield on that one, but I do agree. It's a little bit of a problem, and the fact that we also saw that Jax locked in on the other side means that Sion could go a little bit silly if you're wanting to run in the jungle and get really rude with it, or if you're wanting the Jax in the jungle now. You have the great Counter-Strike to come out. Either way, I'm loving what Maryville are currently building for their top side of the map. This is a very brusque, very brutal, and shell-shocking trio that now allows Scary Jerry and Cryogen to kind of do whatever they want to into the bottom lane.
Yeah, and the one thing we didn't even talk about is Music's Xin Zhao, or not Xin Zhao, I'm sorry, Jax pick into the Xin Zhao, right? This is a traditional jungle counter, and if any player is going to be able to say, hey, I am taking this counter pick for myself, specifically to win my jungle matchup that I trust to get the job done, it is Music. We're seeing 80 carries and a support getting taken off the board as Varus Yunara and Vayne will not be able to be played. Rakan off as well, and again, we're going with another scaling pick in there. Now, I will say, I do think the Sivir Ultimate is a big boon to your top side.
I would agree. And a little bit of speed, but still, like, you're not gonna get up. Yeah, I love this. I saw this coming a mile away. If you're going late game, screw the late game. Play the early game. You go Draven, you take over the lane. Scary Jerry has already shown that A has such a good penchant of, I can dominate lane, and if I can, I will. There's a Nico, great solid engage. This is all out offensive for Maryville University. Utah, I get where you're going. The composition in a vacuum looks good. Do not get me wrong. Do I like what I'm seeing here? That Alistar is a very small band-aid for a gaping wound that you're about to have.
Yep, and I expected that Nico to come through. And what are you doing as Alistar here, right? You are headbutting the Scion. You are headbutting the Jax. You are not going to be able to reach Azir in most cases. And, you can try to disrupt Draven, but I mean, you are really putting yourself in a bad way here because of this oppressive bot lane that Maryville really has, Orbital. Tell me, what does the University of Utah need to do in order to take a victory here in Game 1?
You are... Well, there are two ways this can go. One, if you play the composition like it's supposed to be, this is a control game of laning it very appropriately. You get time for the Sivir and Alistar, the Victor, to kind of scale on up. Maybe get a kill with a dive in there if you can with the Xin Zhao, and Trundle can kind of reap the benefits as well in a solo 1v1. On the other side, you're not going to have that time. Reality's going to set in. You got to play fast and hard, praying for kills at the end of the day, and then run ragged with it at the end.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I do think that the University of Utah needs to put a large emphasis on these grubs, mostly because this Trundle is really going to love them. You absolutely need them. You cannot give them away to a Scion plus an Azir plus a Jax. Like, it's just not something that you're able to do. I think if Maryville want to go ahead and take the first dragon, that's totally fine. And that's something that you need to allow them to do if you're the University of Utah. So you got to stick to the game plan. Find a game plan, stick to it. With it, you just take the grubs and then you go from there. You should be all good to go. Speaking of all good to go, Orbital, we're good to go into game. Game 1, Maryville University versus the University of Utah will be coming at you shortly because I have been lied to by production. That is totally fine. It happens sometimes. All right, so let's chat about this Maryville composition.
No. We're not chatting about the Maryville. No. I want to know, did you pull anything else outside of the Ari? I want to know that first. Did you pull anything else outside of the Ari?
Okay, so this Ari was the one that was given to me when I was at LTA Finals.
Okay.
I did pull some other stuff, including a full, an alternate art textured rune, which are very, very important, and a couple of other cool stuff. But that's another story for another time, because this time around, I am not a liar. We are going into the game 1 here between Maryville University and the University of Utah.
Let's go. Listen, we'll talk about all the pulls, the happiness that comes from it. It'll be a good time, but we are onto the Rift. As you can see, Maryville University on that blue side and Utah on that red. And we mentioned before, I need to see clean from Utah. This composition screams we did well in the laning phase, maybe not massive wins, but close enough. And mid to late game, we can play as a coordinated effort. Problem being is I dislike that idea when Maryville are going to try and truck you in the early status, and it's already going to happen here as Victor is getting a little bit pushed out of their position.
I'm just getting forced away. Hang on 1 second. Crimson has taken the Jax. This is a Scion jungle for music.
I mentioned this before, by the way. I don't know if you caught it, Yanni. I actually called it out that this could be a Scion jungle with a Jax top. When I saw Jax at a B3, I like that a little bit more. This is amazing. So Scion jungle, what does it do? It's a pain in the backside to deal with, but most notably, you put Jax on the top side, you're gonna have a good time into the Trundle in a dual output. The Counter-Strike is gonna be such a solid usage. Wouldn't it have been nice in the jungle? Yes, I like it more in the 1v1 because now you got alternate pushing. Whoever dies is going to lose lane more and more in a faster capacity.
Not only that, this does mean that Trundle isn't going to get this free lane, right, that we expected him to be able to just be like, hey, I'm going to farm up, no problem at all. This means that Crimson should be able to push him like we're seeing here. There's a Counter-Strike, auto attacks going down, flash for flash, and it's first blood for Crimson.
It's happening already.
It's almost like we called it.
It's happening. Yanni, no. I'm not a color caster by nature, but my god, did I see that coming a mile away. And it was beautifully played even in the draft. Like, we gotta give credit to Maryville. I said that they respect all of their opponents. There's a reason that they're 5-0. They recently, I believe, had one of their first hiccups. No, that was all the way at the beginning of the season, I believe. That was a 2-1. Since then, they have not dropped a single freaking game.
It was one of the messiest games I've seen in my life, too.
Yeah, like, this squad knows how to clean up, knows how to play smart, and they're gonna run it with individual strength. I don't think it's gonna end at all.
I'm with you on that. They are the cream of the crop here in Division 1, and we're just hoping that there's a team that can have enough growth throughout the year. Oh, wait, huge play here.
Oh.
With a nice flash there by Scary Jerry, and here's a turnaround right onto Kawaii Illusion, as that play was just an illusion.
You know what? I can't even talk right now. Music is having a little bit too much fun right now.
Okay, big knockup with chunk damage. Meanwhile, up on the top side,
oh, you don't want that narwhal.
Might have been ill-advised. Maybe not. It's a turnaround play for Narwhal, and here we go. More fighting going on. Toasty Alex will slide in. Solomon flashes away, but the feat of Warfare going over to Maryville as there's a flash to the side, trying to finish out this kill on the Scion, and he will be able to get the job done. Well played there, coming out of Horizon.
And not only that, there was a death on the other side. I guess Cryogen went down? I'm
a little too deep.
Yeah, I guess they were in a minion form. I don't know. Either way, Maryville pushing the limits of what they can get away with. However, they still scatter. They get the feat of Warfare. They get 3 kills. It doesn't really matter because, again, for Utah, yes, they got kills on their team, mainly for Narwhal, by the way, which is huge in my opinion.
Yes.
But the kills don't mean as much. They are a mid to late game scaling squad. They need more than just one. They need 2, 3, depending on where they go. So I need to see more, not just reactive kills, as right now this is going to be...
Horizon, run! Horizon,
Yeah.
you gotta get out of there, bud. He's gonna put down the gravity well. He's gonna stun up Toasty, but he is running to an area where he might have trouble escaping. He is gonna get the speed boost from the Skull Crab. Wait, he's gonna try to go all the way around here, Horizon?
He's got TP, so maybe he's hoping for an extra slow... Okay, he's going to try and TP out here once he sees his tether.
But he's gonna get
Oh,
rooted.
there it is. Yep, you didn't wait long enough. Oh.
I mean, yeah, this is...
No.
I think he could have just run up top. I really think Horizon could have just run up top. Cryogen is gonna get a solo kill for that.
Remember what I said about a team? If you're gonna play chaotic, you have to be good in the micro mechanics and understanding how to pilot some of these moments. That's not it. Agreed 100%. Could have run topside. I think MU were actually pulling off of that battle, and it was gonna be a 2v1 for Crimson. But it doesn't matter. Scary Jerry now kind of getting leaped on here, but Crimson in the area.
Yeah, and Kawaii Illusion just gets
Wow.
turned on here. There's the stand aside. So much damage coming out from Jerry. He's going to pick up one. Don't tell me Jerry is going to just straight up 2v1 these guys. Solomon coming through trying to break it up. Cryogen there to help. And the choke damage is just so heavy.
Serrated Dirt, baby. Cryogen fooling my eyes, but not fooling this game, and it's going to fall even further out of control.
All right, more trouble here for Horizon as Scion has arrived to the party. They don't have a ton of CC. Is Horizon able to walk out of the potential slow, so that decimating smash not going to land?
I want to point out the amount of pressure that Maryville are currently putting is without ultimates. This squad can do so much damage when they have the game-changing ultimates, such as the Unstoppable Onslaught, such as the Emperor's Divide, such as the Grand Master's Might on the top side. These are things that are going to be painful to deal with if you are not careful. Narwhal?
Okay, Crimson getting run down here. No subjugate used, but Crimson had a well-timed counter-strike. He knew that bite was coming through. Cryogen takes a big chunk here. Kawaii Illusion unable to get that last auto attack off for the stun, and now we see a turnaround. It's that Grandmaster's Might you were talking about, along with the counter strike, and Narwhal just not able to heal through it.
The fact that Crimson has the balls to go Cole as well in a lane that you're already winning.
Oh, what
you're
a
taking
stop.
not just the early but mid and the stop. That's just no. Pwn Kick Fly, who I mentioned before, being subbed in and out of the Utah roster. It's different.
Oh, serve him up and knock him down. Horizon has nowhere to go once again. Another decimating smash that did not land. Results in Toasty having to flash, but he closes out on that kill all the same. Orbital, this Draven, by the way, is giving me flashbacks to Fly CFO.
I don't want to talk about that. I already had nightmares, and I stayed up way too late. I am a depresso bean right now.
I was up for the LPL game as well. It was a rough night.
You had double duty on that one. That just hurts right there. But 100% yes. Scary Jerry looking like a monster. 3-0 already has the executioners, which now means you get to roam and do whatever the heck you want. You have a ticket to the game. 7.5 minutes in. Maryville are gonna start looking at some of these global objectives. We talked about the grubs earlier, which could be taken by one side or the other in about 30 seconds. But Crimson is all about the solo.
Yup, he's getting another one.
Bro.
He is just running Narwhal right now after that, Narwhal getting one back early, and he got the Vamp Scepter. I thought, hey, maybe he'll be all right in this lane. But it just felt like every single time he's so incentivized to just fight. Speaking of fighting, here comes Kawaii Illusion as they're looking to make a play. The stand aside came late. Flash knockup. Cryogen waiting to turn around room. No, they're going to manage to find a kill. Horizon cleans up 1-1. But Scary Jerry just hits so damn hard. Solomon's forced to flash away. But Scary Jerry doesn't care that he's getting tagged by the wind becomes late. And he says, fight me. I don't care.
It's also because he has all the summoner spells up in the world. The barrier was up in about 5 seconds. You have all the damage in the world. You understand your breakpoints. And there is no damage in the world unless Solomon was also fed. You know a Sivir plus Zinzao ain't gonna beat you at any point in time. You have gotten so much gold that for Maryville, I'd expect an 11-minute tower to go down, or at least 10 to 12 plates total between this squad. What a nice
well-timed stand
there.
aside. And Pwn Kick Fly was able to walk away, just to escape the wrath of Jerry.
No.
Here comes the subjugate. And Narwhal says, I'm going to stand and fight and go down with the ship. He flashes away and manages to survive. Claps his Thunder Sticks. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, watch out, watch out. Yeah! He drops the hammer down on him. Meanwhile, fighting the bot side results in both supports dying. Ocean Dragon secured for the University of Utah.
Your voice is going to be gone with how many kills we're going to be at by the end of this, Yanni.
The good news is you're also a play-by-play, so we could just swap at any time.
Hell no, this is my playground right now. I love this.
This is all you.
No, absolutely not. Scary Jerry flashing into the tower. Barrier up, one more auto attack to go, but Scary Jerry isn't able to finish it either way. I was off by a minute and a half. First tower in the top side at 9:40 into this game.
And is it coincidental that when you got the chance to play-by-play, there was no kills?
I don't know. Maybe they just love me. They just want to hear you wreck shop with your amazing calls because it's going to continue here and you know it.
I love wrecking shop. It's my favorite activity. Otherwise, I wouldn't be yelling and screaming about a game that's older than some people who play it.
That hurts. That hurts, bro. I gotta go cry.
10 minutes into the game, 13 kills to 5. We talked about how the University of Utah needed these grubs. They didn't have a shot at them. Not a ghost of a chance. Means 3 on the other side. With Jax as a side laner as opposed to a jungler, it means it's just that much more difficult. You saw that turret up in the top side get ripped apart. University of Utah at least took 1 dragon, but it was so late that I don't know how valuable it's going to be. Victor gets served up on a platter. Kawaii Illusion heading over. They're trying to turn it around onto Toasty Alex. There's the damage coming through. It's a shutdown for Horizon, but man, this Scion is so problematic right now. He's going to be able to find a kill. Double knockup from Kawaii Illusion. He tries to get back to the turret. But Scion, music, dropping the hammer once again.
We already know that song and dance, Yanni. I do want to point out that if you want to talk metrics of how far ahead a team is, I'm pretty sure Cryogen is going to match first item with whoever is on Utah's side right now. As Poke Fly just gets dropped. Scary Jerry don't give a crap. This is destruction on another level. And for Cryogen, if you get your first item before anyone on Utah's side, that just goes to show the amplified amount of gold that you currently have as a team.
This is very tough for the University of Utah here. And hang on, Music may have been off a little bit more than he can shoot. Toasty Alex is on the way to try to bail him out, but he doesn't have an ultimate, and he doesn't have flash. Music doing his best to heal up, will flash away. Meanwhile, Crimson wants to go back in, takes a wayward turret shot, and a Narwhal takes a bite out of Crime.
That might hurt around because that's your second of the game. You need even more, though, for Utah. You have to recognize the game is already out of control. It was out of control about 7 minutes ago. And you have to be able to match pace. You have to find
the Scions go marching in one by one. Hurrah, hurrah. The Scions go marching in one by one. Hurrah, hurrah. Oh, big damage coming through. Headbutts there, but so's the Pop Blossom with the Whirling Death. That did not actually get a kill on Solomon, but did good damage to Kawaii Illusion. Marivo cleans up that fight. Scary Jerry unable to clean up Pwn Kick Fly, but the fake Scary Jerry, aka Cryogen, should be able to get it done.
That's just rude. Oh, Toasty's going for more.
Toasty steps back. That Arcane Storm, though, does good damage. Laser on top of it, but he's able to at least escape. Meanwhile, fake Toasty Alex, aka Cryogen, looking to come through and help out his mid laner, be the better one. Flash for Flash, trying desperately to move around here as Horizon, but he cannot survive the wrath of both members of Mara.
I'd like to point out, I'm pretty sure Cryogen technically has more AP than Toasty at this current moment because Toasty went for the Nash's tooth. But still, amazing job so far. Maryville understanding that the composition is already online. I mean, when you have a 10k lead at 13 minutes, you're golden for whatever you want to do. Hell, you have 14 plates under your belt with nary an answer. You have dropped a single plate on the bot side, and Maryville is actually going to take that as a defeat. They're going to be like, yo, you took a plate, we're going to take everything else on the map. Crimson is now unleashed on the top side. You get a look for some of the squishier members who, one, is Pwn Cake Fly. Poor Pwn Cake Fly ain't going to last too much longer.
Orbital, I got a question. How much AP do you think Nash's Tooth gives?
Like 80, I think? 100?
Yeah, 80. That's a lot. He's definitely got more than Cryogen. Not that it matters, right? Cryogen surely showing off his damage and showing off his Sword Crimson on top.
Well, how much does a completed support item give? Is it only like 40 or 50, right?
Is it less? Hold on. Sazak's Realm Spike.
Because that was that plus a a Fiendish Codex plus another component behind, right? Because it was Protopel build.
Zax's Realm Spike doesn't give anything.
Oh, really? Why did I think there was AP? I don't know. Maybe I was wrong. I don't know. It looked like it hurt, and right now Toasty's doing even more.
That looks like it hurts,
this is already
too.
same. Yeah, like, have you ever had two people stabbing you in the back as you run away? Yeah, it kind of sucks as Crimson says, hello, Narwhal, you're about to be extinct.
I have had two people stabbing me in the back as I was trying to run away. My friends at one point in time, they're still my friends now, but at the time I was very mad. Threw rocks at me while I was running away once.
What were you in, like ancient Rome or something? Or did
No,
you steal
I was actually just the youngest kid in the group of kids. So I got picked on sometimes. You know who else is getting picked on?
This is
potentially Crimson. Crimson is going to maybe escape. He flashes away, but Solomon's sticking right on top of him. The knockup is there. Can he get there? No, he can't. Cryogen, meanwhile, is able to get out of there. Now, Scary Jerry says 1v4, and I like those odds. Knockups abound, and Scary Jerry gets shut down.
Pop goes the Weasel. Well played right there. And at least Utah, I did mention, I like seeing that they have some sort of response. They are grouping and they're able to fight. Problem, of course, is those are 2 kills when you need like 17. It's gold, though. Hey, that's a plus. You didn't allow Maryville to get the pure roughshod movement. We can take over the jungle and get away with the 2v5 when we absolutely should not. Cryogen, though, still wanting even more. As you're 4-3 and 10, currently outclassing some of the others. Actually, highest gold above everyone on the side of Maryville, having more gold than
he also
Utah.
has a Medjai's, by the way.
Yeah,
this ultimate isn't going to connect, but what it is going to do is going to put Horizon in a bad spot. Toasty Alex will be able to clean this one up himself. He gets credit for the solo kill, actually. Cryogen is stuck. He turns into Scion. He flashes the wall, and everybody on Utah overcommitted.
I like it. I like it. Hey, listen, you can't lose the Medjai sacks. I know I was talking about gold, but that Medjai is important.
God, look at that damage. Whirling death.
Oh. So close. So close. Pwnkick Fly is like, I'm not poning anyone right now. I'm flying back to base.
He is getting kicked, and he is flying away.
Yanni, it's never ending. At the same time, this is...
Oh my goodness, Jerry. Come on, man. This is unnecessary, Jerry.
No, that's totally necessary. 100% necessary, because Jerry's pissed that he lost his
very
map.
scary,
That's what
Jerry.
he's mad about.
Well, he's going to have it real bad. He's going to have it back real soon if he keeps it up like this. As the siege is on here on the bottom inhibitor turret, as well as the bottom inhibitor, not 14, almost 17 minutes into the game. The inhibitor has fallen. As Scary Jerry continues to push forward, he's going to get chunked out by this Victor, who is forced to flash away from Crimson, who takes almost no damage. Scary Jerry standing tall. The barrier is not going to save you, though. And so Horizon's going to get that kill. Now here comes the Pop Blossom. He's going to land on the 2 members. Cryogen gets ignited and goes down. Here's the knockup coming through for Music. Meanwhile, on the backside, Crimson trying to do his thing. He manages to find Kawaii Illusion, but now has to kite it back. Starts hitting the turret. He's losing HP. He's counter-striking. He's going to try to hop out, but he will end up dying.
You know what? That's the difference between a Conquer and a Lethal Tempo. If you had Conquer, you probably would have lived that one, Crimson. That's the brains there. You would have been able to, only stay at 3 deaths instead of 4. Not like it matters. You're like, what, 10k in the bank already, 2 items completed with a coal finish. This is ridiculous work. I mean, Maryville, they pushed the envelope there, and Utah rightfully punished. That's still an inhibitor down at 16 minutes. Utah are not going to enjoy the fact that they're going to have to put 3 members in the bottom lane just to clear the wave. You're going to give up Dragon. You're going to give up whatever else comes your way, Otacon, in 3 minutes, if the game even lasts that long.
Okay, so if Utah are able to hold firm, which I don't know if that's going to be possible, but if they are, for argument's sake, Pwnkick Fly and Horizon are going to get a lot of value out of this. I mean, these are our late game champions that we know need this precious farm, the gold that the super minion gives. And the University of Utah, they have the first 2 dragons of the game, so Maryville, it doesn't have any dragon stacking, right? So their only options are pretty much Otacon or try to end the game. And it looks like they will at least try to end the game with everybody showing up, but Crimson is still split.
Let's see if they can do so right now. It's a little bit of a pinch.
Oh god, I forgot they have Shelly.
I got items. They do.
Right.
I just realized that. You're right. 100% they got Shelly. Oh no, I'm
He's gonna
terrified.
ride it in. Here we go. First chunk gonna come through.
Ooh.
Almost one-shots the turret. First one goes down. Will you get the second one off? No, there's a knockoff. There's a
Hello!
four-man Pop Blossom by Cryogen. Says, good night, Utah. It's the ultimate from the Azir comes out, but it just isn't going to matter, honestly. Victor caught in the corner of Scary Jerry, taking a whole lot of damage, trying to stand tall, but he's going to go down to the turret. But look who's ending the game. It's Crimson on a sliver of HP with this Nexus fallen. And now
he's coming,
Poke
Saya.
Fly and Horizon got to try to stop him. There's the Counter-Strike coming through, and it goes down. Maryville University in 19 and a half minutes take game one.
So that was a game.
It was. This was a game of League of Legends, and
Yeah.
I love how the early game started. There was a little
Yes,
over aggressiveness in the top lane, a little over aggressiveness by Maryville, but it got rightfully punished. At one point in time, we're 3 kills to 3. There's a gold difference of like 300 gold. And overall, I thought, hey, this is pretty positive for the University of Utah. The problem is Maryville came in and said, we are going to play over aggressive, right? And
Yep.
they were the ones who dictated the pace. It felt like the University of Utah said, hey, you're going to be over aggressive. Well, we'll match that aggression, instead of saying to themselves, hey, maybe we should be aggressive in our own way, right? They decided to be like, hey, we'll take straight up 1v1s. We'll try to hand check you. And that's never going to work against this team, right? Unfortunately, for the University of Utah, Maryville University, the players are just individually too good for that to work.
Yes, I would 100% sit behind that. Now, I will say for Horizon, you were able to pick up about 10 kills in there, which shows that you got the hands to at least answer back. I played in a few games personally where the opponent is overwhelmingly strong and there's no fight in you. You feel like there is nothing you can do, nothing available, and you rightfully pointed out, they had some good reactions. I just think the draft, if they had drafted maybe a little bit earlier skirmish style, maybe that would have yielded better results. I mean, hell, Narwhal was willing to trade out. It was dang near like a 65-35 percentage in how they're fighting it out. I mean, Narwhal on the 35, but you can duel, you can get angry, you can test the limits. I mean, Maryville are willing to go for it. So maybe change up the draft for game number 2, shake it up a bit, go for early games, see what you can get away with.
As Patches of Houlihan once said, you got to get angry, you got to get mean. I'm very old, so Dodgeball and Underdog Story references are great, even though that movie is now 21 years old. Anyway, that's another story for another time. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take a short break, and when we return, it'll be the Game 2 draft between Maryville University and the University of Utah. Don't go anywhere other than to grab a drink, maybe.
Think you know how today's matches will play out? Prove it with Division 1 pick'ems. Follow along and put your predictions to the test. Each week, you can make your picks for both Valorant and League of Legends, or just stick to your favorite game. Predict the winners of our future matches and choose the players you think will have the biggest impact. Every correct pick earns you points. The more points you score, the higher you climb on that leaderboard. At the top, you'll find prizes waiting for you at the end of the split. It's easy to play, adds excitement to every match, and keeps you connected with the action all season long. So lock in your picks, track your progress, and see if you've got what it takes to top the Division 1 Pick'ems leaderboard. Think you know how today's matches will play out? Prove it with Division 1 pick'ems. Follow along and put your predictions to the test. Each week, you can make your picks for both Valorant and League of Legends, or just stick to your favorite game. Predict the winners of our future matches and choose the players you think will have the biggest impact. Every correct pick earns you points. The more points you score, the higher you climb on that leaderboard. At the top, you'll find prizes waiting for you at the end of the split. It's easy to play, adds excitement to every match, and keeps you connected with the action all season long. So lock in your picks, track your progress, and see if you've got what it takes to top the Division 1 Pick'ems leaderboard. Think you know how today's matches will play out? Prove it with Division 1 Pick'ems. Follow along and put your predictions to the test. Each week, you can make your picks for both Valorant and League of Legends, or just stick to your favorite game. Predict the winners of our future matches and choose the players you think will have the biggest impact. Every correct pick earns you points. The more points you score, the higher you climb on that leaderboard. At the top, you'll find prizes waiting for you at the end of the split. It's easy to play, adds excitement to every match, and keeps you connected with the action all season long. So lock in your picks, track your progress, and see if you've got what it takes to top the Division 1 Pick'ems leaderboard. Think you know how today's matches will play out? Prove it with Division 1 Pick'ems. Follow along and put your predictions to the test. Each week, you can make your picks for both Valorant and League of Legends, or just stick to your favorite game. Predict the winners of our future matches and choose the players you think will have the biggest impact. Every correct pick earns you points. The more points you score, the higher you climb on that leaderboard. At the top, you'll find prizes waiting for you at the end of the split. It's easy to play, adds excitement to every match, and keeps you connected with the action all season long. So lock in your picks, track your progress, and see if you've got what it takes to top the Division 1 Pick'ems leaderboard. Think you know how today's matches will play out? Prove it with Division 1 pick'ems. Follow along and put your predictions to the test. Each week, you can make your picks for both Valorant and League of Legends, or just stick to your favorite game. Predict the winners of our future matches and choose the players you think will have the biggest impact. Every correct pick earns you points. The more points you score, the higher you climb on that leaderboard. At the top, you'll find prizes waiting for you at the end of the split. It's easy to play, adds excitement to every match, and keeps you connected with the action all season long. So lock in your picks, track your progress, and see if you've got what it takes to top the Division 1 Pick'ems leaderboard. Think you know how today's matches will play out? Prove it with Division 1 pick'ems. Follow along and put your predictions to the test. Each week, you can make your picks for both Valorant and League of Legends, or just stick to your favorite game. Predict the winners of our future matches and choose the players you think will have the biggest impact. Every correct pick earns you points. The more points you score, the higher you climb on that leaderboard. At the top, you'll find prizes waiting for you at the end of the split. It's easy to play, adds excitement to every match, and keeps you connected with the action all season long. So lock in your picks, track your progress, and see if you've got what it takes to top the Division 1 Pick'ems leaderboard.
Welcome back, everybody, to Division 1 League of Legends. So we're going to head to the Game 2 draft right now between Maryville University and the University of Utah Orbital. A small change being made as Solomon has been swapped out with Raze.
Yes, Raze being one of the other players within that roster for Utah that I saw on the roster sheet. Again, it leads me to believe that they are running like a 6-man roster, 7-man roster, having a couple players to swap in and out,
BLG!
still kind of deciding. And it can work. Raze having played Wukong, J4, and I believe subbing in at support at one point.
He's just Peishuan.
Yeah, I kind of like it. And again, the Wukong to me drives a little bit more. I like the Xin Zhao from before for aggression. I just want to see all-out war. Utah had to recognize they're in a bloody brawl and they need to draft as such. I liked some of the reactionary movements of Utah, University of Utah. I want to see more in this game specifically as we go ahead, see the mid lane ban, same thing as usual.
Yeah, no surprise to see these ones coming out. Maryville properly paying respect, getting this Vladimir out, getting this Yorick out. Worked well the last time out. I assume it will probably work equally as well. Remember, this is Fearless, so champions at the bottom of your screen no longer going to be available, which I do believe that to be advantageous to the University of Utah. They don't have to play against Nico, and they don't have to play against Raven. I think that is very important that they don't have to deal with these champions, as Ivern getting banned out.
Yeah, again, that was an all-out early offensive. We're going to take you at level 1, and we're going to fight you to the absolute doom. Now, there are other champions that can do so, and any champion can be forced to fit that early game build, just in a much more dire strait. Like, if you're taking Xerath to run an early game fight, good luck to you if that's Maryville. But if you wish, you can try it. The Corki at the very end does signal to me that University of Utah are getting a little bit silly with it, and the Kiana to come out. So we've seen a rise of Kiana, jungle, mid, wherever you want to go, primarily jungle, I believe, and that in itself is still very aggressive. I like what Music is saying, as again, for Maryville University, same old, we won game number 1 by being handedly on top of it. Let's do it again.
I am getting word that the ban's a little off over on the side of Maryville's. Master U was banned instead of the Yorick, but everything else so far so good. I do like the Nautilus answer into this Kiana, and the takeaway of Zaya means that Scary Jerry is going to have to play an AD carry that is not going to have the opportunity to easily escape the clutches of Nautilus.
Yeah, I still would like to see some fight in there. I think for Pwn, Kick, Fly, they played Aphelios, they played Zeri. Yeah, this is an okay one. You just stay away from the battle now. So for Scary Jerry, you're just gonna sit back, say, I don't want to deal with you, I'm not gonna touch you, I'm gonna lob bombs, and you're not gonna enjoy it. So and now you don't really have a great forward momentum pace. You know, the Nautilus look is great, but the follow-up's gonna be a little bit slower. However, the punch power coming from Illusion might be really nice to see. If that Nautilus gets off and you get a lot of CC, you bring down Raze as well, who is swapped in, might be something to play with as we get an age-old matchup of the Cassiopeia and the Rise. Thank you very much. Let's give Horizon a strong comfort again.
Hey, listen, this is just Worlds, baby. We've seen this a lot throughout the World Championship. So we'll see if Horizon's going to be able to come out on top in this matchup. Does have the advantage. We'll see if he's actually able to convert that. One thing to note, Scary Jerry on that Ziggs. That doesn't mean that it is going to be very painful for the bottom side of the University of Utah. I do want to see Cryogen on a roaming support this game. It's okay to leave Scary Jerry alone. And Scary Jerry, you can't let yourself get picked off if Kawaii Illusion is going to stick around on the bottom side. Second half of bans coming through. It's Yorick and so far Leona and Rel getting taken away.
Yeah, focus on that support role. You grabbed one of the best engage tools in the game, take away the other ones that are available, maybe force a much more safe champion to come out, maybe a little bit more util heavy for Cryogen. I mean, we already saw the Nico. The Bard was banned away last time, is now free this time around. You just talked about roaming. Might as well bring one of the best roamers in the game, which is Bard specifically. Now, will it match up perfectly? I don't know. I think you still want a little bit of tank in there. Is that a top laner jungle Nautilus? Is that what they're pulling? Hold up. I actually like this call if that's what they're doing here.
Okay, so if it is the call, I think it's okay. The issue that I have is that this Rakan is not great into Maryville and has just gotten a lot worse with this Poppy pick coming through here for either Crimson or Cryogen. So if I'm the University of Utah, I think this went exceedingly poorly. We are going to see a blind Rek'Sai come through. As we all know, Rek'Sai can just kind of survive any lane matchup.
Yeah, I mean, well, unless you're against a Draven, which, nope. There's going to be that Urgot. Okay, so this is good now. Okay, I did want to talk about this before because I mentioned previously that one of the lanes that we actually saw that was willing to duke it out early was in the top side. I love what Narwhal did. You knew you were in for a rough matchup. You went ahead and took the duel as soon as you saw Crimson going at it with you. I love the Urgot into the Rek'Sai. Is it a great matchup? I do not know enough about top lane. What I do know is Narwhal has played Urgot before, has some decent numbers even in some losses. I want to see what Narwhal can do here, which does mean it's a Nautilus jungle for the CC ability.
Yeah, and the one thing I really like about this matchup that we're going to see in the top lane is that because Rek'Sai is a champion that, again, is just going to take a free lane. It's not free because you're overly aggressive. It's free because you can sustain. So if a Narwhal does not fall into the trap of constantly fighting Crimson again, this should be fine. Urgot is one of those champions that you want to wait till you hit level 13, 14, 15. That's when you become really strong. That's when you become nigh unkillable. And I do think that the Maryville University squad might have some issues trying to deal with that. Now, I am curious to see what this jungle matchup is going to look like, specifically because I think Music is going to have a much easier time clearing, and Raze is going to have to sack some camps to make some plays happen. Orbital, let's find out as we head into game 2. Maryville University trying to get a clean 2-0 with the University of Utah trying to force a game 3. Let's do it.
I'm excited. Let's roll on in. And again, we get some of the awesome players joining us here on the Rift. Of course, we're not talking too much more, though. As you mentioned, for Raze, it's all about, giving up some of those camps, maybe getting some early aggression. You already know you're not going to be farming, so go ahead and impact the lanes. And for me, I want to see him actually impact top or mid. Not saying Pwn, Kick, Fly, and Kawaii Illusion don't deserve help on the bot side. I just want to see Horizon get off to a really good start. Again, as I mentioned, Horizon, even in that last game, able to keep a good head on their shoulders, was trying to get kills, was trying to farm up, was 10 kills in. I think Horizon can do well if you allow this Cassiopeia to farm up and scale up, as they do need to do with the mana charges, with that ability to spell sling.
All right. So, what do you want to see Raze do in terms of pathing? Right now, his entire top side of his jungle is lit up like a Christmas tree. And we're at the end of October. We're not quite there yet. Halloween hasn't passed. We don't hear all the Christmas
I heard
music in the
Mariah
stores
Carey
yet.
yesterday, so I don't know. Maybe Christmas came early.
Oh my goodness, we're pushing it up year after year. And look, we've got the Fright Night Nautilus skin as well. He's going to be very frightened when he finds out his entire top side will be gone or he will die to music.
It's going to happen one way or another, and it's so true. I like that little ward, though. Horizon, maybe just dropping a regular safe ward there. But this is a recognition that things are not going to go well. What a call. Narwhal, though, gets some early damage down.
Okay. Crimson forced off there. A good trade by Narwhal, but we saw this before. We saw him have a really good first trade and then immediately get suckered into more fighting. Crimson pulling him into his web, perhaps.
Yeah, and maybe even music foregoing some camps to get some extra damage. Scary Jerry, though, recognizing that Quiet Illusion didn't go for the knockup first. Instead went with that Q as a little bit extra safety on the back end. But again, that means level 2. Level 2 is what you're waiting for. Level 2 by Horizon, though.
Okay, looking for good damage, but isn't going to land his Q. It means Toasty Alex is going to get a solid enough trade back and a health advantage right now.
All right, here we go. The music. This is what you called out earlier.
This is a good ward by Horizon.
For effect is there, and music just shows on a ward. Raze has to be careful.
Oh, I like this. Horizon hasn't really started moving yet. Now it started moving late. But now he's going to get jumped on by both of them. And Toasty Alex gets first blood. I love the attempt there, but it just felt indecisive. And now Cryogen diving this turret. He's going to take one turret shot. Scary Jerry's not going to be able to finish off Hone Kick Fly, but a bouncing bomb could get the job done. Cryogen in trouble. Will be able to survive. He gets hit by a gleaming quill from Kawaii Illusion, and now Cryogen is behind enemy lines. Kawaii Illusion, you get very close, is going to stop the pursuit here.
Remember, Quiet Illusion doesn't have the damage, and Horizon doesn't want to give up CS pressure in the mid lane. So, for Cryogen, you get away safely. Instead, Quiet Illusion is looking to stop Scary Jerry and try to die fast.
Jerry could... Okay. He's a good job there. Jerry should be able to get away, as even a Gleaming Quill probably wouldn't kill. It was a good effort by Kawaii Illusion.
Yep. Again, you do the best with what you had, and honestly, the force from that dive to not make it clean was solid. Narwhal, though, fighting on the top side again.
Oh, Crimson. He's going to have to take the tunnel out of there, and once again, a Narwhal getting the better of him, but CS is relatively even. Raze looking to make a mid lane gank happen. But here comes the rest of the squad. We're going to flash on top of Toasty Alex just to have everybody else show up, say, how you doing? So Horizon's down to half HP, a root on to music, but Raze is caught in the minions. Horizon turns it around. Toasty Alex can't close out the kill on Raze. Here comes Pone Kick Fly for the turnaround. He's now level 3. There's the Rune Prison. But those tattoos fade in Rune Prison, as he's not able to kill Horizon. And then we've got another fight up in the top lane. A Narwhal has no mana, though. He will be forced away.
All right, you know what? Heads up by University of Utah. Way better than in game number 1. And I said that some of these champions have the ability to get crazy, and I love that Horizon is on this Cassiopeia. We are seeing the side steps. We are seeing the ability to shift themselves to safety. Now, are they winning out in the lane state? Not fully, but you got kills. You got a kill plus an assist. That's huge considering what happened last game.
Okay, we're going to see music come upstairs for a gank. Knockups on the Narwhal. Narwhal needs to finish off Crimson, but he's not going to be able to. And now music in hot pursuit lands that root, and Narwhal is just on the wrong side of the tracks. Maryville University will claim the feat of warfare once more.
I will say, though, for Narwhal, it was looking okay. You mentioned before that they were in those really nice win positions, and I like that. So Narwhal knows how to get some advantages, whether given by the opponent or not. You just need to ward up a little bit more. Keep eyes on the fact that if you push, you need to get some safety value down for yourself. Another dive looking on the bot side, but Pone Kick Fly is very, very safe. So it's a little bit going on. Kawhi Illusion might be looking. Feathers called.
Scary Jerry was forced to flash away, and now the turnaround is maybe on the Kawhi Illusion.
Oh!
That auto attack, the lit wick followed him all the way there, and now Raze is looking to make a play. Meanwhile, Horizon falls to music. Can Scary Jerry dance around enough to be able to kill Pwn Kick Fly? Him and Cryogen on the wrong side of the map right now, and they're able to flip it over. Scary Jerry is looking to nail him from downtown, and he's got it with the Arcane Comet. They're just doing tricks in the bot lane now. He's 3-0.
You know what, Yanni? I give credit. University of Utah, they made it messy here in the early game. We saw the mid lane action shenanigans where Horizon was able to pick up an easy kill against Music, but Music has bounced back neatly. Scary Jerry hasn't had any troubles here on the bottom lane, and Maryville University are tucking in and bunkering down and saying, look, we got a little bit messy towards the ends of game 1 and a little bit sketchy here in game 2. It's okay though, we're still in the lead and we're gonna play off that value.
Music now hitting level 6, and Kawhi Illusion is going to wish he hadn't seen Music. Raze looking to walk in. Music going to go over the wall, get knocked up. Hook's going to go down right onto him. But this is prime position for a supreme display of talent. He will survive, and guess who won't? It's Kawhi Illusion, and now Raze is going to go and get picked on as Toasty Alex is getting close to that rune person to come back up shortly. He's rifling away. He's slowed down Raze. Raze has no mana. Horizon gets a kill. Music trying to do his thing. He'll flash away, and now they're inverted in the mid lane.
Stacked.
He's going to have to turn it around, but he is fully stacked. He is the conqueror. It's a double kill for Horizon, and now a friendly teleport coming in from Kawhi Illusion. But Music with the Q shot takes him down. Scary Jerry in the bot lane wins his 1v1 too.
I mentioned it before, Horizon has been a shining light for University of Utah across their losses. They've done well, but this bot side is out of control, and now the top side might be as well, as Narwhal is on the feeding block once again here.
Yep, Narwhal's dead. Here it comes. Crimson gets the solo bolo this time.
I'm liking what adjustments we've seen out of University of Utah. Cryogen not willing to pinch against the wall against Raze, allowing him to recall here. Maryville University might not be the 5k in the lead that we saw in game number 1, but they're slowly stacking up towards it. And once again, we're seeing their exceptional individual micro mechanics. The squad that is currently reigning at the top of the leaderboards here in Division 1 LoL, it feels like it's only going to continue.
All right, they're going to go out on Cryogen, but takes him almost to half HP. And Scary Jerry's return fire just does so much. Kawhi Illusion taking 60 to 66% of his HP. Music up on the top side cleans up those grubs. Dragon hasn't even been touched by either team. And now Horizon, perhaps a death on the horizon. They're going to flash at him, root him up, but a good ground there. Looking for a turnaround on the Music, but unable to get much more. And Toasty Alex gets a bit of the trade.
This is actually a good show. Raze coming in for a little bit of extra follow-through. Has Flash, but doesn't want to extend it. Instead, King's going out on Dragon, and what feels like for University of Utah, the chance to actually get a good hold over the global objectives. Yes, you lost Grubs, but you can fight for one of these if Raze is able to get a full circle around in about 30 seconds here on the bot side.
3,000 gold lead. Here comes Raze. He hooked the wall. Cryogen stuffs him, though. There's that 6-ult. Big damage coming down, and Pwn Kick Fly just had nowhere to go outside the Featherstorm. And this turret is now under siege with 3 grubs. Meanwhile, in the top lane, this wave is going to get in, and it's now Music and Crimson's time to go. A supreme display of talent. Music gets pulled in, and that means the turret will get the last shot off.
Fear beyond death in more ways than one, as that's a punt out and away. Shut down going in. Oh, faceplant!
Cryogen will flash out. Horizon came down and made that fracas positive for the University of Utah.
You know what? I like it. I said I did want to see University of Utah be able to scrap a little better, and this is their true scrapping ability. Horizon is 3-1, able to take a lot of these more early mid-range duels now, even though you're not fully stacked. I love it. But now you're facing off against Scary Jerry, and I don't think you like this
he's fast.
opportunity.
He's one-touch Jerry. Oh, he gets stuffed by the petrifying gaze. And Horizon didn't even need Raze to get it done.
Let's go! That's how you do it! You say, look, you dance a bit too close to the sun. I just got gold in my pocket. And Utah are going to start rotating Horizon around the battlefield. What can we get? You can see Cryogen looking up the top side once again. Can Narwhal stay safe long enough?
Well, Cryogen and Music are already here. Hawaii Illusion is going to have a hard time trying to link up. Things have gone a little staticky with our feed, but that's okay. Everything is all right.
Well, maybe not.
Hang on.
Narwhal?
Okay, we have a slight pause going on here. What do you think's happening here, Orbital?
I think Narwhal kind of hit like the freezer button and said, okay, I want to hold on. I want to be able to stay safe.
All right, Narwhal's dead. Knockup is there. Stuns are there. And they made it look easy. Here comes Horizon. He doesn't have that ultimate here. He isn't really able to stop anybody. There's a hook by Raze. He's going to get knocked up and turned on. Doesn't actually take any damage right now. Toasty Alex is here to make this a 4v3 in favor of Maryville. The University of Utah really wants to hang on to this top tier 1 turret.
I mean, they already have everyone up here, but it's going to be a 4v3 very soon. And Scary Jerry's here to battle. In comes
Here's that Realm Warp. It's a fake out, though, and here's the engage. Big damage. Wombo combo for the ages for Maryville University. They claim the lives of 3 members of Utah, and they claim the top tier 1 as well.
The unstoppable Kings at the top of the leaderboards aren't stopping now.
Round 2, baby. Narwhal goes down. Crimson is the casualty, but so is the top tier 2.
And this squad that has gone nearly undefeated in game score, series score 5-0. I will say for University of Utah, you did force Maryville University to actually group up and tower dive appropriately. It wasn't just a solo dive under the tower. It wasn't just Ziggs being able to poke you out. You have forced them to say, okay, we got to group up and we got to take this 4v1, close out the tower, and fight hard. But you poked a beast and you know what comes next. So for University of Utah, it's some wins on the board. Not all of them, though. And you need a bit more. This dragon might be able to help, but it's the first of the game, and it's only an ocean, only a little bit of region.
Yep, they'll take that one.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of gift in the pocket of the University of Utah, but they're going to have a long way to go if they want to try to extend this game out, Orbital. Raze is going to need some magic resistance real soon. He just has the Sunfire Cape, which is really not going to be enough. Does not land the hook on a Scary Jerry, and now it's Crimson looking to turn it around. And Jerry does big damage because he's got no magic resistance. Jerry flashes, and the fade away, and now he's going forward just like he's Kobe. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Horizon getting dove. Crimson died on the backside as Hone Kick Fly able to get one back.
And that's how you use that Featherstorm. Really, really well done. But of course, Maryville are starting to land 1-2 punches instead of just a regular haymaker.
Oh, what a well-timed.
Further. Jerry, happy to stay away from danger, though. As you're already 8-3-2, your team was pushing on the bot side. And Maryville are going to start closing this game down, maybe a little bit more securely. As we're 13.5 minutes in, and almost all the outer towers are down.
Look at this damage that Jerry just is able to put down over these guys when he hits them. I mean, it's so much. Cryogen coming over the wall.
Denial.
Scary Jerry able to walk right back into that redemption, and Cryogen gets his first of the game.
Easy pickup like last time, though. It is 9 assists so far for Cryogen. We talk about Cryogen as a support, having such a high capacity for assist, and it's this type of engagement.
Well, the charm does land on it, too. The bad news is Pwn Kick Fly could not get far enough away. It is another structure falling. Maryville University with an 11,000 gold lead now. The beasts of C-Law, no matter where they are, whether it be in C-Law regular play, whether it be in various leagues, whether it be in Division 1, this team is absolutely dominant and will continue to be dominant for a long, long time, Orbital.
5 towers down. Yet again, 12,000 gold in the lead, crossing above the 1 kill per minute mark on their team alone, 21-9. They are cruising for a victory, 7-2-5 on Music, who has once again shown that they have control over it. Narwhal, you don't want to be there, man.
Well, can he win a 1v1 against Crimson? He tosses him up in the air like a pizza. Crimson's able to get to the other side, but he's blind because he's burrowed. Just looking for the double knockout, maybe style points here as Pwn Kick Fly almost goes down. but he is the one who gets the kill. So a 4v1 is successful for Utah.
I like it. Again, for University of Utah, they struggled a little bit in the early game, but in this mid, whenever it comes to collapsing in and reacting to appropriate moments, they are able to shut down some of the over-aggressions from Maryville, so I give them credit on that one. Music, of course, trying to take the Shelly once again, which heralded the end of the game, by the way. Maryville were able to use
Get it, because it's Herald?
at expeditious pace. Ah, there we go.
Hey, listen, man. You were the one who said it, not me. You get all the credit for that.
Hey, I appreciate it. Toasty, though, might be in for a rude awakening as Horizon is here with a chance to get a petrifying gaze.
Okay,
There it
yep.
is.
That's going to land flush onto Toasty. He's going to get knocked up too, but Cryogen and the rest of the squad fly in, saving Private Toasty. He is now 3-1 and 5.
Apparently was for the ride, too. I don't know where... All right, Raze is running for his life. This is Maryville starting to put the lid on this series as they power down this bottom lane tower.
Look at all the damage that Scary Jerry does, man.
Yep.
It's so hard. He's on his 2-item spike just 16 minutes into the game. He's 8-3 and 5. Crimson, it's so hard to actually stop this guy. You need 4 members just to keep him away. And they're just going to rotate in and immediately take this turret. Satchel Charge is going to get the job done whenever they want. Raze just walked up a little bit too far. Jerry looking to chase him down. And it's Cryogen gets the kill with the buckler. Now we're going to look for Narwhal next. Here comes a Realm Warp just to get Toasty Alex into the fray. It's a 5v3. Horizon down to half HP. Narwhal down to half HP. The minions are here. Here comes Rift Herald. Crimson and Scary Jerry looking for a Narwhal, but we're looking for the Dancing Shelly to end the game. There's the first crash. Supreme Display of Talent lands the stun on Horizon. Look who's on the backside. It's Kiana who goes down. Narwhal pulling him in with the ultimate. Hang on, they might be turning this one around. Narwhal trying to get away, but Toasty Alex is able to close out and get that kill. Now it's Cryogen and Toasty versus 4 members of Utah. Flash in, but absolutely stuffed, as they will be able to saunter out the base in shambles of Utah, but a couple of their own claimed for death.
I mean, Maryville, we're looking to close it out, but those towers hit like a truck. Raze, though. No towers to save you now when you want to keep Horizon safe.
Toasty turns away from Horizon. He's going to get tagged with the depth charge knockup, and now here comes the teleport. Guess who it is? It's both members coming in on the 2 different teleports. It's Crimson first. Wait a minute, Scary Jerry's going to land in the middle of 2. Horizon gets booted back to the base. And Scary Jerry, in the middle of a 2v1, gets the kill.
He still wins because he's a burst mage and he's annoying. There's a reason they got a statue of Ziggs on my podium. It is an amazing champion. It's an annoying champion to deal with, and I love him so much. But that overextension by Raze, who is now alive once again. You are going to be able to fight this out a little bit longer, but is it going to be enough?
Here's no big play. Scary Jerry's down. There's a stun as well. Who's getting pulled in? There's the fear beyond death. Cryogen's going to be the next target, and the University of Utah have hold the line. But here comes Music and Toasty as they want to make this happen and they want to end this game. Supreme Display of Talent stuns off 3, and they're getting knocked down like dominoes. Orbital, it's a double kill for Toasty, and now a 3v2. And Music and Toasty know they can get the job done. This turret is injured, and it's going to start to crumble. Horizon heals up. Here we go. Kawaii Illusion rooted up, though. He can't get the quickness off. They're shoved off that turret, but it will finally fall. And here comes the turnaround. Music is hurt just a little bit, but Toasty and Music want to end this game. Pone kick fly with the minions on top of him. Force the flash away. Horizon clears out the wave. Music and Toasty gonna walk it out as Raze is back up. Narwhal back up in 3. But Toasty stays a little longer. He will be able to dodge out of the knockup. And Utah can breathe for just a moment.
Say what you want about University of Utah right now. They are 1-4 in series score, but my God, can they scrap and try and hold their base? Raze, though, is about to show it again.
And breathing time is over if you're Raze. Getting picked off and taken down. Now look, here we go. They're going to run warp themselves in. Oh, watch out, watch out. Horizon realized everybody's around him. He dodges out on Music's ultimate. Anybody turn around on Music? Because Scary Jerry says, heck no, buddy. Narwhal and Kawaii, the only 2 left alive right now. And they're on the steps in the fountain getting booted back in the base. We have a respawn turret, which will buy them a little bit of time. Narwhal gets stuffed by Cryogen. The healing while he's on the fountain steps. He misses Fear Beyond Death, but this Nexus is exposed. Raze is now back up as they want to turn it around. Toasty autoing. No, he's forced away, but Scary Jerry and Crimson on the other side take care of business. Down goes Cryogen, but Narwhal's the only one left alive. Will trade his life for a kill, but that means the game will be traded out. Oh my goodness, he's just on the steps of the fountain. He's just a little babe, Scary Jerry. Don't do that to him, man. Jerry looking to end this game, but he gets tagged by Horizon. He's able to get away. Now he's trying for the long distance. Maybe that bouncing bomb from downtown to land on Horizon. Wait, the minions are killing Scary Jerry. We are still in this game, Orbital.
Hey, listen, blood in the eyes leads to blood on you, and that is the University of Utah being able to stay alive once again. I mentioned their scrappiness, but there's a TP coming in. It's Cryogen, though, so I don't know how much you're going to be able to get. Nice stop by Raze and the rest of Kawaii Illusion. They're going to hold it down as
they don't do any
go
damage.
For the dragon.
They don't do any damage to this guy.
No. But they stopped the jump into the base is the big thing. I think Cryogen was looking for a back door just to try and get him a little bit silly, but it ain't gonna happen.
He's teleporting in front of him. It's a front door at that point.
Yeah. When the door's already off its hinges, it is through a front door, but sometimes you can still hold the intruder off at bay if you just kind of kick him enough, right? Cryogen, though, looking directly at Horizon, who is the most fed member on the team, but poor Pwnkick
good golly
gets
gosh.
chunked out so hard.
He got pwned, he got kicked, and he is flying away. All right, can Maryville finish this game off? The middle inhibitors just one. Hang on. Guess who's in trouble? It's Music. So Horizon is doing everything he can to keep this game alive. The University of Utah, they're still down 13K, Orbital. It's going to be tough, but they've got a 5v4 advantage. The inhibitor is going to fall. They have a respawn Nexus turret. Narwhal is chunked. He's going to have to head back to the base. Raze is chunked as well, but he's going to stick around. Let's see if they're able to find a fight.
I don't know. It has to be off of Raze, in my opinion, but Raze walks through all the minefields. You're going to have to sacrifice your life here.
It's tagged up so hard. There's that friendly redemption, but look at the damage that comes out. Raze thankfully misses that hook. Here's that top inhibitor. It's going to fall. The pressure is really getting turned up. It feels like this might be the time that Maryville is actually able to finish off the game. Raze is still alive somehow. He's going to land the step charge onto Crimson. But that's not the target you wanted on. There's a root over on the side. Kawaii Illusion getting shoved into the Nexus. Flash from Cryogen. Kawaii Illusion is dead. Narwhal says, guys, we gotta go. But he misses the Fear Beyond Death, and he's getting killed by Crimson over on the side. Down goes Pwnkick. Fly. Horizon desperately wants to keep this game alive, but he can't keep himself alive. Crimson going to walk into the fountain steps paying penance.
Back up again.
Oh my goodness. Wait, yep, there we go. Turret's back up. We're going to have to kill it. The good news is they have 10 seconds. They should be fine.
Funny. Yeah, that's going to be...
A dominating performance from Maryville University, Orbital.
Well played, too. We talked about it. Maryville University, they want to keep their undefeated streak alive, and they have done so in a convincing manner. For University of Utah, though, you came into this knowing you were going up against 5 Goliaths in these players. They are strong, they are powerful, they know how to play the game, and you're just trying to take every little bit of info, of practice, of improvement at that point. And I want to point out, University of Utah scrapped way harder in game 2, and I loved every single moment of it. Horizon, mid lane, getting kills, being able to shut down with Raze, who sacrificed the jungle just to go a Nautilus in there, just trying to get some sort of leverage. That's the chaos that I like. Narwhal on the top side. Urgot looking good when you know the matchup, just maybe a little bit overextension. You're willing to fight. That's what I want to see from this squad, and they did deliver on that aspect.
It was a valiant effort. And I will commend them for that effort, Orbital. We knew that it was unlikely that they were going to be able to take the win against Maryville University, and now University of Utah falls to 1-5. But on Monday, they will have a chance to go and get back in the win column as they take on Boise State University. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a short break, and when we return, we're going to have an interview with the top laner of the victorious Maryville University. It's Crimson. He'll be coming at you real soon.
Think you know how today's matches will play out? Prove it with Division 1 pick'ems. Follow along and put your predictions to the test. Each week, you can make your picks for both Valorant and League of Legends, or just stick to your favorite game. Predict the winners of our future matches and choose the players you think will have the biggest impact. Every correct pick earns you points. The more points you score, the higher you climb on that leaderboard. At the top, you'll find prizes waiting for you at the end of the split. It's easy to play, adds excitement to every match, and keeps you connected with the action all season long. So lock in your picks, track your progress, and see if you've got what it takes to top the Division 1 Pick'ems leaderboard. Think you know how today's matches will play out? Prove it with Division 1 Pick'ems. Follow along and put your predictions to the test. Each week, you can make your picks for both Valorant and League of Legends, or just stick to your favorite game. Predict the winners of our future matches and choose the players you think will have the biggest impact. Every correct pick earns you points. The more points you score, the higher you climb on that leaderboard. At the top, you'll find prizes waiting for you at the end of the split. It's easy to play, adds excitement to every match, and keeps you connected with the action all season long. So lock in your picks, track your progress, and see if you've got what it takes to top the Division 1 Pick'ems leaderboard.
Welcome back, everybody, to Division 1 League of Legends. We are here with the victorious top laner of Maryville University, Crimson. Crimson, congratulations on your victory.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right, man. So, I got to ask, how did you feel about University of Utah's early aggressiveness? You guys see some waving in the background going on, because their early aggressiveness, you know, they matched you guys in kills early on when things got scrappy, and the gold difference was only a couple hundred gold. Orbital and I were surprised by that. What did you think about it?
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, game one, I just wasn't showing him as much respect as I should have. Like, I definitely was, like, went into the match knowing, like, I was confident I was going to win, but I just had to, like, I don't know, honestly, like, it was a fun match overall, but I definitely say, like, I have a lot to work on, you know, in terms of my discipline. And I should just, you know, play as I normally do against anyone else.
Do apologize. Hey, now you can hear me. So looking at some of this, listen, I'm very, very practiced. I know what I'm doing. No, I don't. But the idea that you guys came into this and are now looking at about, I think, 8 games in a row, undefeated throughout. You guys are very, very confident. Do you see yourselves having any issues that you are trying to shore up as you move through these latter stages, especially through Super Week?
Any issues? Honestly, I would say, like, we're still kind of just getting to know each other as a team, and, like, we're just trying to mesh with each other better. Like, we're not scrimming, like, too much, but I think once like, later on throughout the months go by, like, I think our chemistry and stuff will be a lot better. So we'll learn to trust each other more, and, like, we'll play better as a team, I would say.
Okay, good. I mean, even your teammates behind you are saying the exact same thing, which is good. That means communication is on point. We like that. We really, really like that. Lastly, for myself at least, looking at the upcoming matches that you do have, is there anyone that you're kind of interested in looking into or looking forward to playing, especially as you get further and further through the regular season here?
Mm, honestly, it's mostly just Winthrop. Honestly, like
Mm.
I'm pretty disappointed. I mean, I'm pretty disappointed that we lost to them in the other league. So I'm just
Mm.
looking at what I can do better individually, and just try not to disappoint my team when the time comes.
Always good, Crimson. Final question for you. Gonna go away from the gameplay a little bit here. I assume that you've probably been paying attention to Worlds. It feels like most people are. Who do you think is going to win Worlds?
Ooh, who do I think is gonna win Worlds?
If you want, you can talk quarterfinals first and then your finalist if you want to give yourself a little bit of time, or ask the audience behind you. I'm sure other good League of Legends players have good input.
Yeah, first I'll ask Jay. Who do you think is winning Worlds? G2. Jerry says G2. Which,
Oh, G2.
honestly, hey,
Oh, are you sticking with it? Are you in agreement with him?
honestly, I'm agreeing, bro. Screw it.
Oh my goodness.
We're all inning G2.
he said, what kind of nonsense is going on over here? Oh man, I love that. Well, unfortunately for you guys, they're not going to get past top esports, but I might be having a little bit of homerism. Crimson, we want to thank you so much for your time and of course your teammates behind you. And once again, congratulations on your victory tonight.
Thank you so much.
All right, everybody, that'll do it for tonight's stream, but we have more Division 1 action going on. If you're really just interested in League of Legends, tomorrow Maryville's going to play in the first game of the day against the Ohio State University, who are sitting at 2-3. Then St. Clair College is going to play Stony Brook. And then on Monday, again, we have more coverage. It'll be Winthrop and West Virginia University. And then finally, on the other stream, actually, we're streaming two at the same time. The University of Utah will take on Boise State, so you're not going to want to miss all the action. But that will do it for us here tonight. For myself, for my co-caster Orbital, for Gamer Wins Behind the Glass, we want to thank you all so much for being with us tonight, and we hope to see you next time for some more Division 1 action.
Think you know how today's matches will play out? Prove it with Division 1 pick'ems. Follow along and put your predictions to the test. Each week, you can make your picks for both Valorant and League of Legends, or just stick to your favorite game. Predict the winners of our future matches and choose the players you think will have the biggest impact. Every correct pick earns you points. The more points you score, the higher you climb on that leaderboard. At the top, you'll find prizes waiting for you at the end of the split. It's easy to play, adds excitement to every match, and keeps you connected with the action all season long. So lock in your picks, track your progress, and see if you've got what it takes to top the Division 1 Pick'ems leaderboard. Think you know how today's matches will play out? Prove it with Division 1 pick'ems. Follow along and put your predictions to the test. Each week, you can make your picks for both Valorant and League of Legends, or just stick to your favorite game. Predict the winners of our future matches and choose the players you think will have the biggest impact. Every correct pick earns you points. The more points you score, the higher you climb on that leaderboard. At the top, you'll find prizes waiting for you at the end of the split. It's easy to play, adds excitement to every match, and keeps you connected with the action all season long. So lock in your picks, track your progress, and see if you've got what it takes to top the Division 1 Pick'ems leaderboard.